good night or good evening. We are actually so tired. Sharla, what took you so long? It's almost 11 p.m., 36 hours into the race.
I was drying my merrills.
What a day we had. How was your day?
My day was fantastic. How was yours?
Saw lots of animals.
You did?
Yeah, we were moving back and forward. Actually, the whole course is so long that it took us like 2 hours to get to the abseil and 3 hours to get here to transition 3. Yeah. It's a beautiful place. I mean, the whole region is incredible. But we saw turtles, we saw antelopes, we saw ostriches. I mean, and the baboons all around the route is incredible.
They're all over the place. We saw zebras, we saw warthog. Funny story about the warthogs. I bumped into Team Bend Racing. They told me that the first 2 guys came across 2 warthogs that were busy sleeping, and they disturbed them while they were sleeping, and they each got a fright, so they ran in different directions.
And you woke up a little earlier and you got to transition 2 with the lead, right?
Yeah, we did. So we started our day by arriving at TA2. Over there we got the first 5 teams, but mostly we got Swedish Armed Forces, who were still in first position, Estonia Ace, and 400.
Yeah, incredible. I actually got to checkpoint 31 and we just missed the Estonian. It actually took the lead in the trekking, an incredible trekking, lots of route options. And then we got to the abseil and got from the position 7th to the 10th position. And we have some great teams, I mean, fighting for the lead, fighting for the 10th position. And there are some surprises, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of surprises. Well, to be honest with you, we got the first 2 teams at the abseil at CP29, and it was during that first 10 kilometer, 900 meter elevation stretch that Estonia Ace and Swedish Armed Forces took 2 different route options, and Estonia Ace took the lead. And I believe 36 hours into the race, they're still in the lead.
It's just a third of the race. Stages, the third stage out of 10. Yeah.
Leg 3 of 10.
Yeah, it's
so
incredible.
7 more to go.
And how about the guys from Fear Youth? Incredible.
Fear Youth, those kids, guys, they're the youngest team ever to enter Adventure Racing World Championship. And they are pushing so hard. They're doing so well. But the question is, are they pushing too hard? Is there nutrition up to it? I know Molly wasn't really well for a little while.
They had some stomach issues, but they're trained by Andy Magnus. Andy Magnus is actually going to speak about youth development in adventure racing in the International Adventure Racing Conference that is going to be held on the 28th.
28th of October, yeah. Next week, Saturday. Saturday.
Actually, you can just sign in for Zoom.
Yeah, there's a Zoom link. We have some amazing speakers, but we'll give you more updates on that.
Yeah, and we have some incredible news. We have a brand new tracking. Yes,
we've got a new tracking website, guys. I know some of you have been very frustrated. We have been inundated with support, and thank you for supporting our event. Thank you for supporting the racers and the competitors and the race directors. But we now finally have created an entire new website, so you should be getting more regular updates on the dots. So keep watching those dots, keep asking the questions, and keep making the speculations. There's speculations, right? We have the dark zone coming in.
The dark zone, I mean, the dark zone is actually probably going to be a whole new strategy at the moment. We were expected to have teams here in Transition 3 around midnight, probably 1 a.m. And now we just spoke to Stefan. It's probably going to be at 3 a.m. And it changed the whole game.
It does. The dark zone sleep strategy is such a big thing. I know when we spoke to Silver this morning at TA2, the idea behind their race was, and we know they sometimes have trouble managing their sleep, right? We saw this in Paraguay.
Last year in Paraguay, yeah.
Okay, so their intention was to come in to the lodge at TA3, book a room and try and get some decent sleep in a bed and wake up nice and fresh, because essentially it's a restart. It's about who gets to move the fastest because of who's had the most sleep. Especially
after the day we had today, 30-something
scorching heat. Every single competitor was complaining, or rather aware of the heat and the impact that it was having on their teams from the very top to the very bottom. We were in TA2, so we saw it in the first 3 teams. They were being affected by the heat. And, the European temperatures are not exactly where the South African temperatures are at. We were reaching temperatures of 38 degrees Celsius at 10 a.m. this morning. Yeah. And because it was such a difficult day for us to gain access to the teams because of the regions that they went into here in the Karoo, we weren't able, as media, despite our levels of fitness and everything else, none of us were able to actually access the routes that they were doing because it was very dense, it was very long, it was really a difficult hike. So we actually went back to TA2 to follow up on some of the mid-pack teams and just see how things were going. And people were coming in just almost being sleep deprived, you're almost in a drunken state, right?
Yeah.
And they were coming in almost delusional from heat exhaustion. The medics were running around just making sure everybody was being cooled down, and a lot of the teams taking this opportunity very wisely to rest and recover, because that means they can move faster again, and it means the teams actually get to stay in. They don't lose a team member, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. This moment, even though there are not teams that are disqualified or that are out of the race, they are unranked. Yeah, because they lost one team member, and we had a few surprises. I mean, it's probably the number one favorite for many people, especially people back home in Oceania. But Tiki Tour I settled the question.
Yeah, they were one of the favorites, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were very high hopes.
8 times world champion.
8 times defending world champion Chris Vaughan, right? Probably considered one of the best navigators in the world.
Yeah.
Leading team Tiki Tours. Yeah. They were great. Unfortunately, Tom wasn't feeling well, so he's had to withdraw. I know they were struggling. Yesterday, Aaron was struggling with heat exhaustion, so they did take a little bit of a rest and then pushed on again. And we've just gotten news right before we came for this news feed that unfortunately they've withdrawn. We had another situation with
Black Hill 3 times in the 5th position. What happened to them?
I believe that one of their team members had a fall on the mountain bike and he's broken a collarbone.
And so that is actually putting some teams up in the rank. Yeah. But we also have a kind of a sad situation. Yeah. Things could happen, and it has to be a lot of it because of the whole responsibility and how they divide the task. But we are going to have to announce that actually Brazil Multisport has a 2-hour penalty that they're going to have to pay in transition number 9. Yeah,
the last transition.
Yeah,
they'll sit in the penalty box, right?
But I think it's better that we have Camila actually explaining that. She's going to explain that. And also you can check out the press release that is being uploaded at this very minute.
Yeah. Rob Howard is busy uploading a press release to explain to you what the situation is with that penalty with Team Brazil Multisport.
Yeah, so we better get some sleep. I'm going to have to catch the teams in transition, probably in some of the trekking, and then it's the paddling, the dark zone. Who is going to get to sleep 1 hour, 2 hours? So I better get my lead lancer prepared because I'm going to be awake the whole night.
We're up in the middle of the night, right? Those headlamps are amazing.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Follow us in socials.
All of the social media platforms, we've got you guys covered. Facebook Live, photographers on Facebook, Kirsten and Enrique and Bruce working non-stop to bring you those images. We have the daily video from Sven, Andre and Arlo, the videography team. We've got you guys on Instagram, TikTok.
Oui, alors c'est mieux que vous nous suivez dans tous les réseaux sociaux. On a beaucoup de matériel on a parlé avec Sébastien Rechon. Y también síganos en español, vamos a tener mucho contenido. Hablamos con los chicos de Brasil Multisport y también vamos a tener muchísimo más contenido. Así que síganos y por supuesto también a la gente de Sudáfrica, people South Africa, right?
Yep. Baie dankie mense van Suid-Afrika. Almal van julle wat ons ondersteun. Onthou, ons het julle, kom kyk waar is ons. Die van julle wat in die streek is, kom ondersteun ons mense. Ons geniet dit om julle te hê.
Yeah, what she said.
Bye. Awa.
Sí, cosas que pasan, ¿no? Hay mucho que hacer en la transición. E nos recordamos de todo, pero eso no, en este momento. Só me olvidou de ler o papelito que tenía escrito realmente. En esta transición no hice. La responsabilidad es mía también.
Bueno, arriba.
Sí, isso é depois. Só não queria perder a Dark Zone, que a gente está no limite, porque a gente falou, vamos voltar lá para pegar, sacou? Só que aí não existe, porque também a gente precisa passar na Dark Zone, a gente está com um horário super curto.
O resto, como que tá tudo, Camila?
Olha, super exaustivo, a prova é muito física. Muito difícil para nós, a gente é uma equipe muito técnica, né? Aí tá, não é para nós essa prova aqui. Graças a Deus fez um calorzinho hoje, né?